The point is there needs to be actionable steps or some type of engagement.
We're talking about critique first. You can't. You're saying that. We can't critique.
No, my point is your critiques come, and I don't see the same thing that Hemp has said before. I've also said and seen. You make critiques without actually being involved with anything involving quote unquote niggas.
So I got to be involved with niggas shit to critique.
Yes, in order for your critique to be in order for your critique to be considered
valid,
actual careful. No, not valid, because you can make whatever valid statement, just like you said about white people. They can say whatever they want, absolutely. But I, as a person, can make a judgment on your critique.
You know what? This is my biggest problem with this whole entire conversation. Y'all complain about black conservatives speaking the harsh truth about the black community. Y'all didn't correct your mama when she said crazy shit to you. You didn't correct your homeboy when he said crazy shit to you. You didn't correct your girl when she said crazy shit to you. You didn't correct the nigga that's standing outside the liquor store trying to sell you a rock. You didn't correct him. You damn sure didn't go correct your community leaders when they was out here doing crazy shit. You damn sure not about to go up in the church and correct the black pastor when he's screwing everything on the front row. If you're not gonna correct them, please don't try to correct me. My language and my rhetoric won't be stifled for nobody. I'm gonna tell the truth. If you don't like it, click off. Period. Because that's the way. I'm just saying that's the way it has to be. Because as a black man who came up in this country, I understand what it means to have your language stifled just because you are black. But here's the problem.
You sound like
I'm sorry. Say it again.
You sound like a victim.
Absolutely. I sound like a victim. You know why? Because guess what? I was born and raised in a place where victimhood was valued at an all-time high. But when you start asking questions and you're going against the grind of why it is that I have to be a victim, why it is that I have to believe in this way, why do I have to talk this way, why do I have to vote blue just because I'm black? Because that's what people do. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, not that's what people do. That's what black people do. That's bullshit. So when I get out here and I start telling the truth and people just don't like it, oh well. You didn't like it when the white man called you a nigga, and you didn't like it when your girl said you had a small dick. Go deal with both of them. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, so now that we are here and we're talking about the reasons why or what it is that people that have issues with black conservatives and the things they don't do or the things that they don't, they don't acknowledge or state their critiques. Most of the conservatives up here probably have 300 bodies altogether. How many bodies you got, Sel? How many bodies you got, August? How many bodies you got, Devin and Mufasa?
Bodies.
We'll start off with Sel. We'll start from Sel and then move down. So, Sel, how many bodies you got?
Why you gotta start with me?
Because you're right next to me from the left, and then we're gonna keep on going down. Sel, how many bodies you got?
I stopped counting after 10.
Okay, but you know it's over 20, right?
It's definitely over 20.
Over 30?
Definitely over 30.
Over 40?
Definitely over 40.
Over 50?
I wouldn't say over 50.
Okay, well, we're going to put it right at 50 then, if not over. So 50 for you. August, what's your body count?
Bro, I'm in a loving marriage. I don't.
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with your past?
I'm not about to sit there and talk about my body count. I don't fucking know. I don't keep up with shit like that.
You didn't keep up with it.
No, I want to know what the point is. Like why?
Okay,
why
well, I'll get to the point once I'll get to the point once I get a collective of how many bodies the conservatives have.
I'm not giving you an answer on how many bodies I have. Unless I know the premise of what your conversation is.
I'm trying to understand the point of the
question.
That's fine.
So
I'm not
okay, that's fine. So we'll for August, we'll say 30, right? Because he seemed like he was holding around. He don't even want to talk about it.
I've been married for the last 14 years.
14 years. How old are you?
36. My entire adult life.
36?
Yeah.
22? That's plenty of time. You went to college?
I was in the Marines.
You a whore. Next.
I was married the whole time.
Cool.
I was with my wife when I was 18. I've been with my wife since I was 18.
And you never cheated?
No, what the fuck do you mean never cheated? No.
I was asking questions. So no cheating and only one body. So you only got one body?
What's the point?
I didn't say I only had one body.
So,
yeah, like what's the point?
Real quick. So I listen real quick. Well, it don't be the truth to me about body count. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I know what he getting at. I think the question is pertinent.
It's very important.
Can we get to the question?
So Cell participated. August he been married since 18. Okay. Mufasa.
Just put me around Cell. That's good. 50. All right. Yeah. All right. You leave me right there. I'm good.
Go ahead, Devin.
I'm gonna just be quiet. I quit cheeky. Yes, sir. I'm gonna just be quiet at the 50.
All right, Devin, go ahead. What's your body count, buddy?
No, first of all, I'm not some 304 on some Red Pill podcast, but my answer is that I don't know my body count number, but I would definitely recognize my pattern of behavior was when I was left thinking. It was when it was.
So you have double-digit bodies, Devin?
Yeah, like what are you saying?
Yeah, I would say I'm in double digits, but I would say all that happened when I was left leaning.
Let me ask you a question. Are you triple digits?
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that.
Hey, y'all know I got a third grade education, so I just want to know what's the line?
What's the point?
That's what I really want. I want to make it pertinent that when any type of thing like that happened, I was definitely a left leaning.
All right, Devin, we got.
Can we?
All right, let him get. You want to get to the? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, T. Finish.
Please.
I'm just saying, for all of these conservative men, your body counts is extremely high. There's nothing conservative about it. There's nothing honorable about it. You treat women like whores, and you are a whore more than likely. There's nothing about you that sounds conservative besides the thing that you don't like about black people, and that's the part that most black people, kind of dismiss and look at y'all sideways at, because your lifestyle is not conservative. The things that you do aren't conservative, and your conservatism stops at a certain point. And then that's how the rest of you all live your lives. That's the point.
The issue. So hold on, wait. Hold on, Devin. Hold on. Cheeky, I have a question, because you did ask an intrusive question. So I'm gonna ask you an intrusive. Yeah, it's definitely. You asked about my body count, bro. I'm offended.
How's that intrusive? You ain't never bragged about fucking.
Have you ever cheated on? You ever cheated on your wife?
Right, you ever cheated on your wife? Like, God damn,
talk about?
What the fuck?
No, that's not intrusive either. Those are things that happen in relationships.
Okay.
And you were in the military. I got a reason to definitely ask that question. Don't act like the military is just known for people that don't cheat.
We going. So Cheeky, you're a virgin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say you're more conservative than me?
Yes, absolutely.
What are you conserving?
What do you mean? What am I conserving?
What are you conserving?
That's not the definition of conservatism.
What's the definition of conservative then?
To uphold some level of tradition, or uphold some level of consistency or of a belief.
Oh, okay, cool. So upholding a tradition, a belief.
I believe in marriage, right?
Okay. Cool.
I believe in marriage. That's something I'll uphold. I believe in people taking accountability for their actions and being better and progressing themselves as an individual. Okay. I believe in not being a whore or whoremonger, right? I don't promote my actions. None of those things have ever promoted those things. Those would be more conservative than I think your actions would be.
Got you. So when you talk about conservative ideology, you're not including politically, right?
Yeah, I have some conservative ideologies for sure.
No, I'm saying when you saying that we're not conservative because we have a body count, that's not a political ideology that you're coming from that perspective with. You're just talking about our behavior, right?
Yeah, and aligning with your ideology. Your behavior aligns with both.
Got you. So my nature and my politics is two different things. They do not coincide with one another. And I can tell you why. Because the majority of people, and I'm not talking about black people, I'm talking about the majority of people, behind closed doors, they're a completely different person. On camera, they're a completely different person. When you're able to get away with things that no one will never know, you're going to behave different. But I agree with you about consistency. That does not make me less conservative just because I used to get paid to fuck other niggas' wives. That has nothing to do with it.
Bro, come on, bro. That sounds very progressive of you.
That sounds progressive?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, so what's the definition of progressive?
Anything willing to look forward, or anything that to explore that's open-minded and taboo. You having sex with someone else's wife is not a conservative value. at all.
Because
The thing is, conservatism doesn't just stop at politics, and that's what I mean by your conservatism stops wherever you don't want it to continue, which is fine. You could do that, and I'll just call you a hypocrite. But conservatism is supposed to expand into all aspects of yourself, which is what most ideologies do. For example, hemp, you have a belief or ideology about Black Israel or being a true Israelite, correct?
Yes.
That ideology expands into your worldview and also affects your behavior, does it not?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what would you say to somebody that has an ideology that doesn't transcend into their behavior, but they say they believe it? What would you say about that person?
I would question their faith in that ideology.
Exactly. And
All
that's
right, so
exactly why.
Let
And that's
me
exactly why I don't think.
Hold on for a second. So really quick, because I did have a question that followed it behind that.
I got a question too. When you're done,
Cheeky, you a veteran?
Yeah,
you a veteran. So do you got a body? Do you have a body? And I'm not talking about sexually.
No, I don't.
You don't have a body, but you train to take bodies, right?
No,
not really.
Wait, what was your MOS?
I was an aircraft mechanic.
Aircraft mechanic. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't train to take nobody's body. You got to start talking to Aaron and maybe Devin.
But you work with deadly weapons.
No.
So
y'all didn't qual? Y'all never shot? Y'all don't shoot or qual at all? Rifle qual? None of that shit?
Yeah, qualify for sure.
Yeah, okay, of course. So you shooting guns.
Yeah, once every year.
That's not very progressive at all. Because
I didn't say. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say I was progressive?
Oh, I'm just saying though.
Didn't you ask me if I'm concerned? Wait, hold on. Didn't you ask me?
Wait, hold on.
Didn't you just ask me?
There's a reason why I asked you.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a reason why I asked you about nature and about political perspective.
Okay.
Everybody's a hypocrite. I believe you 1,000%. Because guess what? I believe it. You know why? Because I always say everybody lies. Women lie, men lie, kids lie, old people lie, politicians lie. Everybody lie.
What does that have to do with qualifying for a weapon?
Yeah, my political perspectives and the number of women I've fucked in my life has nothing to do with how it is that I view the United States Constitution and my belief in this country. It's two different things.
But you don't know my belief, and you are making an assumption that I'm contradicting something that I have not.
Absolutely. But when you ask me of my belief, when you ask me of what it is that I've done with my body, and then you attach the label that I'm not conservative, that I'm progressive, you would be incorrect. It's almost like when I call black people niggas and you don't like the fact that I call black people niggas because you see black people and niggas the same. You see what the problem is?
No, I don't have a problem with you calling black people niggas. I think you missed that mark on that whole conversation, but it's fine.
No, it's about what I'm saying is it's about my worldview, your worldview, and everyone has their own worldview. The thing is, I'm trying to draw a distinction that my nature as a person and my perspectives or my beliefs politically is existing, not one and the same, but they're existing apart just because I behave.
Yeah, conservatism is a philosophical ideology that involves politics as well.
Absolutely.
So that means that a philosophy can incorporate politics. It can incorporate a numerous amount of things, but conservatism is a descriptor of what your ideology is. You do not behave conservatively.
Right. But here's the thing, though. You have fiscally conservative and you have socially conservative. Had you asked which form of conservatism I believe in, that would have been a different question. And I think this is wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah, I'm not trying to make it personal about me and you.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not taking it that
way. So for the sake of the conversation, I think this is the biggest problem that we as Black conservatives face, because people look at what it is that we do in our lives and they look at our political beliefs and they say that they don't match up. That's a problem, because just because I have a political belief does not mean that I have to behave all in my days of life about that, because the majority of people who say they're religious aren't religious at all.
And what would you call somebody that says I'm religious but doesn't behave religiously?
I would call them a hypocrite.
And what would that say about their character or set of beliefs?
They're a piece of shit.
But this is what I want to step in and say.
Well, just real quick, Devin. August was trying to get in. He was being patient. Okay. Go.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been being patient too. I don't want to allude that to that, but go ahead, August.
Yeah. It was to Devin's point. Because you're what I hear, Cheeky, you doing is you're attaching his past to his current ideology and saying that because he had a certain past, he's a hypocrite for evolving into this ideology. But Devin told you that when I was racking up my bodies, I was a liberal. And now that I have evolved myself into conservative thinking, I don't really operate. I don't know if Devin still operate like that, but that's when he was operating in that fashion, in that mindset. And I think that you can't say, because he's, he had a body count, he can never be a conservative. I don't think that you can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and that's not what it is that I'm doing either. My whole standpoint is for people that have so much to say and for people that have so much criticism to give, there seems to be no nuance or understand or any level of understanding willing to give or any appreciation for the idea that if you change, that means others can too. What you're willing to do is put a jacket on somebody and go, this is niggas, but never give niggas the opportunity to change. And then you will state after you do that, that's just how niggas is. And I'm willing to call anybody that do nigga shit niggas. There's no nuance in that take. There's no nuance. There's no development. There's no room for that. So why would I then give you the same quote unquote nuance and development of understanding and changing your political or not even political, your
nobody's
social...
saying that niggas nobody's saying that niggas can't stop doing nigga shit and then be not labeled a nigga.
But your criticisms are that. Your criticisms give
that.
So
so I got a question. What is the counter to that? Should we just not critique? Is that what you're saying? We don't have a right to critique?
No, I'm not saying that. I think your critiques need to be more nuanced. And you need to stop defending white people, especially those who've already shown themselves.
Nuance how? How does the critique need to be more nuanced? Explain that to me.
Okay, your statement shouldn't be niggas ain't shit.
Okay, so what should it be? What should it be? What should the statement be?
Your statement should be, I hope that niggas are better, or I am doing this to make niggas better.
God.
What have you done? What have you done?
How's that a critique? How is that a critique?
That's not a critique.
Yeah, how's that a critique?
Why is it not a critique?
Because
I need to do better. I need you to do better, or I want you to do better. And here are the things that I'm doing to make this better. What are you doing to make the things better?
Hoping isn't a critique.
Fine, take away the hope. The point is there needs to be actionable steps or some type of engagement.
We're talking about critique first. You're saying that that we can't critique.
My point is your critiques come, and I don't see the same thing that Hep has said before. I've also said and seen. You make critiques without actually being involved with anything involving quote unquote niggas.
So I got to be involved with niggas shit to critique.
Yes, in order for your critique to be in order for your critique to be considered
valid,
actual careful. No, not valid, because you can make whatever valid statement, just like you said about white people. They can say whatever they want, absolutely. But I, as a person, can make a judgment on your critique.
Hold on. I got one quick question.
Let me jump in real quick. No.
Devin, hold on. Really quick. It's really quick. It's really quick. I swear.
I will be quick.
Go ahead.
Both of y'all long-winded.
Hey, y'all, my man.
Go ahead, Devin.
Why we're having such an issue is Cheeky is simply trying to tell us what we believe, 2, put us in a box that doesn't apply, 3, the thing is, even when he says he wants us to talk with kid gloves to these people, and then the only people that can actually talk to them are other degenerates, not the people who've actually figured it out. So when you're trying to solve a problem or become better, is the person that's actually figured out and is not participating in degeneracy and figure out that they don't have to do that to be accepted and move forward in life? Are those the people that should be talking? Or are the people who've been doing the
blind leading the blind? Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Exactly. So here's
hold on,
let me clarify.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So here's my problem. And this was my question. So since I'm not involved with niggas, I shouldn't be critiquing niggas.
That's what he said.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Please elaborate. Because you said you're not involved. You shouldn't be critiquing. That's what you said.
Because we all part of black culture. And anybody that know black culture knows the difference between black people and niggas. And if anybody should be able to critique niggas, it should be black people, because we are a part of the culture. That's what I'm thinking. But obviously, there's something that we don't know about niggas that we need to sit down and know about them before we can be nuanced in our critique with them.
Let him respond. You got a few different things to respond to. Actually, let me interject this real quick, right? When I hear the love thing, right? When you say you love a community of people and you want them to improve, love is an action, right? So you're gonna need more than just a critique. And so at what point do you stop critiquing and start doing? So when I see people not doing in the community, now I question their critique. And then if we have questionable past, like us sitting up here and we've only improved ourselves and not others, that gives me cause for pause if I'm just listening out loud.
I would question why that would give you cause for pause, because they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. What they're doing is they've evolved from the degeneracy.
It's not enough.
Operate.
It's not.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what else? What else is expected? Because,
yeah. So, like for instance, right? We're saying, just as an example, we say YNs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But now, do you go? Do you help? Do you teach? Do you mold? Do you train? Those YNs that are the issue, we know they don't have fathers, right? I know from being a high school football coach that men coming into these kids' lives with that are absent of a father, you can make a great impact, especially in the high school level, right? So I got 2 boys that play on the Bears right now, and I can call them and they still call me, and they didn't have fathers. So I just think about the impact that you could possibly make. So since the possibility is there, I say you take yourself that's improved and at least try to help improve others while critiquing.
You see, I that right there, I can agree with that. But not everybody. But here's the thing though, but not everybody is a coach like you. Like me personally, I hate explaining shit to people that don't understand shit. So I don't have the mental capacity and patience to sit down with young people that I'm better off doing other things. And I think that you can't say just because we're not doing it this way, where we're actually in a community, that we're not contributing, because us playing our part and getting our family together and creating that nuclear structure and being that example, I think that is enough.
Yeah, I'm saying that gives me cause for pause, and it's simply not enough. That's what I'm saying.
I think it is enough. I will argue that it is enough.
Because what did I say? What did I say? What did I say that was different than what you just said, based on what you heard me say?
I disagree with him.
I know that's the overall gripe, right? If you don't talk me to death, don't face fight me. If there's such an issue in our community and we have improved from our degenerate days, we know what it's like. So now when I go talk to them, he can't talk to me about 12. He could talk to Aaron about 12 skinnies and confuse him. He can't confuse me. So that's all I'm saying. I think we can have a greater impact,
And based off of what I just said, that wasn't confusing to you, was it?
I don't know who you're talking to. You talking to?
Yeah, I'm talking to him.
No,
I'm just trying to make sure. No, I'm just trying to make sure the words that I spoke were clear for those who were actually listening. Now, I didn't say you couldn't make critiques, but it's very similar to what Hamp just said, and August just agreed. You just weren't listening when I was speaking, but that's fine.
I didn't agree with
I'll go ahead and speak to what Devin was saying. No, all of those things that y'all have, I don't know what y'all did. Y'all didn't listen. All I'm saying is the exact same thing Hamp is saying, plus this. No one that's in the Black community is going to accept that, because everybody understands what it means to be in a situation that is not very kind to you economically, socially, whatever the case. And for those people that actually have a connection, they're willing to do and pull or help however they can. The issue that I have, and most people who are Black have with conservatives, is you all don't do shit besides talk shit. And everything that you do only regards you. You're a selfish piece of shit. And most of your lifestyles don't even fit what it means to be conservative if you take a look at it. That's the issue that a lot of Black people have with Black conservatives.
Can I respond right quick?
I just got a question. The reason why I say that is because
ask the question.
Okay, my question is,
and then Sel, I got you, Sel. I want to hear your response.
What happens if you have to calculate whether or not, number one, allocating time, but also calculating the danger of yourself being removed from the family that you are supposed to protect? Like my allegiance, and just to clarify, my allegiance goes to making sure that the family that I created comes up in prominence. But you're asking me if I'm going to critique Black culture and nigger shit, I got to go out into the community and put my life on the line and help out.
What's the question, August?
Yeah, well, I don't know what the question is.
But I'm asking, how do you calculate that? Like, do you keep that in mind? Is that something that you would calculate?
Yeah. So am I asking you to risk your life?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah. So is it doable for me to risk my life to prove that I'm doing something that's enough for y'all for me to be able to make the critique?
I don't know,
That's what I would
man.
have to
I
do.
mean, I would say,
That's what it
right,
sounds
if
like.
you weren't my actual friend, I would say if you scared, get a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my kids have to grow up in this community, and the community is a group of families. So if there's nobody influencing little boys around me, eventually his friends take over. His friends at 13 have a greater influence than his daddy. Hopefully he can hear his daddy while he making smart decisions, but those friends have a great impact, right? And so if I can
Mhm.
impose my modus operandi on those boys, right, the community in itself does better. So that's how I'm
I
thinking
can
of it,
agree with
right?
that.
That's all.
I,
That's
I
all
can
I'm
agree with that.
saying. You know, it ain't easy though, and it's risky.
I
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just no, like, yo, bro, my 100 Black Men of America. They might have a chapter in your area, right? And we had to kick my guy. He was a part of 100 Black Men because he worked at the school. It's like he couldn't be in there because it was so volatile. Like you had to get, these kids are 16, 17, 18. It's all boys. You got to get physical with them. Like, who the fuck you talking
Yeah.
to? But he work at the
Mhm.
school. We don't. You see, so we can,
Yeah.
but it really take that time. And they, I'm gonna call my uncle, and you be like, he might fucking call his uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so it's mean, So I catch a drift though. You heard? For sure.
Yeah.
But
So you remember what you were trying to say, and then Aaron, you could jump
yeah,
in.
yeah,
So you just
yeah,
got
yeah.
back.
So I'm zoning in on because I completely disagree with what you and Chiki is saying
Yes, sir.
when it comes down to the whole not enough thing. That whole not enough, that's a byproduct of single motherdom.
Mm,
Life isn't about what's given to you, it's about what you earn. And
okay.
that's the biggest problem when it comes to niggas in the black community. Nobody wants to put in the work. So why should I be obligated, or why is it expected to me to come save those that don't want to save themselves? It's not my responsibility to do that. And calling out the fact that when it comes down to the black community and the niggas within the black community and the acceptance of single motherdom and the acceptance of debauchery and the acceptance of degeneracy, I'm focused on that problem. It's not my responsibility to come save y'all. How about y'all deal with the problems that's going on within y'all community? Then y'all can change. Learned behavior is changed behavior. So I shouldn't have to come down there and coach football. I shouldn't have to come down there and coach boxing. I shouldn't have to come down there and coach a track team. I shouldn't have to come down there and do a chess club. I will do it on my own spare time, but there is no expectation of me to do that, because why am I being expected to do what you won't do for yourself? That's a problem.
Okay, so just to be clear, we were speaking on children, by the way, those who may not know better, which I think is the bigger or key part of that, right? Like you can't always change an adult, but you
Hold on,
can
Cheek. It's gonna
always.
read this over you. Hold on.
At
Oh,
Sean
yeah, read
Brewer
it.
2139 donated $20 through Super Chat. Conservative raising their kids is 100% better than what HAMP ever done. Reason why? Because if everyone did their part, it wouldn't be wines. Is it our fault that we raising ours? Selfish is taking
Selfish is taking from ours to help yours. Yeah, no, I think if you have to take out your kid's mouth, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying that
That's
that
not what
time
he's
we
saying.
use to masturbate or play video games, go down there to the, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was talking more so to the ideology,
Not you,
because
not you, Sal. I was talking to
No, the
Sean.
the
I
super
wasn't
chat.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
I was talking to Super Chat. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, no,
Oh, okay,
100%. I
my
think
bad.
people taking care of their kids is should be the status quo. I'm just saying that it's not, And
mhm,
I'm not patting people on the back for doing what we're supposed to do. That's another thing that I think that we have overblown. Cell is like
mhm,
we are men to take care of our kids, and they gotta throw a party for us. That's the job. That's not above and
mhm,
beyond. That's the job, right? We just look at it as exemplary because we have an issue with, single parent homes and such, right? But that's the job,
mhm,
right? I expect you to do well by your kids in August too, right? I'm just asking that because you guys have grown, right? You doing right by your families. Maybe there's just 1 day, 2 days, 2 hours. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying, you know what I mean? Sell your
mhm.
pants and shit like that. Cheeky, if you want to finish saying what you were saying, I just want to make sure Big Aaron got in too.
No, we'll let Aaron
Well,
go. He
I,
hasn't been able to speak it,
I
but
was trying to, because there was a one little small part I was trying to get out before y'all had to start
All right,
talking.
just condense it quickly and then let Aaron will jump in.
So the thing was, it was just about the not enough thing. What is enough? That's
Oh,
my question.
I don't know.
What is enough? What is that? What is that bar?
Yeah.
Where is that goal line? Where's
So
that
just to
finish
answer
line?
quickly, so I don't know, to be honest, right? Because we have
So
things,
then why the expectation?
well, because I know what we're doing isn't enough, right? So that one thing I
Right.
do know, but I don't know what's enough, right? I don't know if just coaching football is enough. I don't know if community service with Omega Psi Phi is enough. I don't know if 100 Black Men of America mentoring is enough. I don't know if hiring 14 black men. I don't know, right? But until I see a level of progression, that's when I could tell you when it's palpable to me. But I don't have a good answer for you, like, just to be honest.
Got you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. Aaron, what's popping?
Yeah, I think what's really happening is when you make a critique without offering help towards like reaching a goal, what happens is that critique becomes a platitude, and that platitude will eventually become very alienating, especially if the critique that you're making is, towards something that the person doesn't even acknowledge or recognize. You know what I mean? And to August's question about do we expect him to risk his life and this is a risky endeavor to go help YNs? I don't buy that because that says that the only option that you have available to you to help them is something that's dangerous, and that just can't be the truth. There's other ways, there's other things you can do to help the community. I mean, what about simply encouraging and spending time with like the nerd quote end quote community or whatever, or the kids that are trying to do the right thing and they just can't figure it out and they just need a nudge in the right direction. Because what you end up doing is you're fortifying and appreciating and applauding and celebrating the kids that are doing the right thing. And by doing that, you're now making that part of the culture. The conversation we had yesterday and last week, or the other day and last week, is that the things that we celebrate in the culture and prioritize are usually the worst of us, and that the best of us aren't celebrated as much as it should be. So get the fucking celebrating, you know what I mean? Like, and then maybe this kid that needs help that's up under Hamp's wing will look at this other kid getting attention from you and like going places and doing really cool shit. That says, you know what? All right, it's worth doing the work that Hamp's saying because Hamp is over here kicking my proverbial ass. Right. And well, there is a reward because that little joker over there is getting it. You know what I mean? Like this has to
Mhm.
be a multi-pronged approach. But yeah,
I
just critiquing without putting,
Without any help,
putting in effort is not good. That
just
well,
cheapens
an
the whole thing.
asshole.
I would disagree. The reason why is because like I use myself as an example. If you critique me and you give me a certain perspective that I didn't have, which it's my responsibility to be open to, that is helping itself. Your
Yeah,
your
you're
perspective,
not a
your
YN.
well, I know I'm using myself as an example because critique is help. Critique for you to take a situation or see something that I'm doing wrong and then explain to me, hey, this is wrong. You got to stop doing that shit. That is help. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I
to
could just
people,
completely I could
to
completely ignore the situation. This is the thing. I can completely ignore the situation, and what you're saying is, and this is what I'm gathering. What I'm gathering from what you're saying is that I'm an asshole for giving you the help of my words and my perspective that you are doing something wrong. That's
no, 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 no.
basically
That's
what's
not
being
what I was
said.
saying. Because that's not what I'm saying. Because if I wanted to say that, I'd say you're an asshole
I'm
for
talking.
critiquing
I'm
people.
because your boy ad lib. That's what I was. Y'all was kind of on the same wavelength. So I'm not specifically what you were saying, but he ad libbed
Oh,
that.
oh, you were addressing someone else. Go ahead. My
No,
bad.
I'm addressing you, but he ad libbed that
No.
I'm an asshole. I'm
Well, to
addressing you
fortify
though.
the point, when you offer a critique to someone and there's no offering of effort towards helping them, how that's a planet that you don't even show them what it is, the path to the success that you're critiquing. That's a platitude you're creating,
What do you mean?
which will
Because this is how I perceive it, right? I don't think that there is nothing else I can do for a person who doesn't want to make a change. So if somebody offers me, this is me personal, if somebody offers me advice and they're able to give me a perspective that I can use, that's enough for me. You being able to critique something I'm doing can institute a change in my mind. If I send a critique out to if I send a critique out to a YN and it doesn't institute a change in his mind, that's not my job to go down and be like, hey, I need to make you change your mind and look at this, specifically. That's
yeah.
I
You're
don't think that that's
operating on
fortifying
two.
myself.
No, you're operating on two opposite ends of the spectrum. The one end is when you say it works for you. Well, you're not a YN, and you're also capable of more than surface level reasoning,
Yeah.
right? And then on the other end, you're saying that um, you're not responsible for making them see what it is you're trying to tell them. No, that's not the case. But you do have a level of responsibility for showing them, especially if they obviously haven't seen it yet, and you're critiquing something that they haven't even seen. What's Hamp say? It's like telling somebody that's overweight needs to work out. Get your fat ass in the gym if you want to lose weight. All right, and then do what? I'm fat. I don't know what to do with the gym. I'm going to go in there and start picking up things that don't need to
Random
be picked
stuff.
up.
See, but
Right?
the thing about it is that that's how you're supposed to start. You're supposed to go in there not knowing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing and figure it out for yourself. It's not my job. All I have to do
No.
is give you the. This is my perspective, and the only reason why I
Humans
said it
don't
is
even learn to walk that way.
they what do you mean don't learn to walk that way? They learn by walking and falling down. That's how you
No,
learn.
they learn by their parents holding their little hands up in
And
the
guiding
air.
them.
Nah, sometimes they just get up and start walking. That's what my sons did. They just got up
Sometimes,
and no.
right?
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
All the times that I seen children start walking, they just got up one day and started walking. That was it. They
Yo,
took a
After
few
a couple of
steps,
months of
fell
their
down.
parents
we have
walking them around like ET
we
with his hands in the air.
no, this the honest truth, right? And we a little bit off subject, but I think this is equally as important.
It's part of no, we're not.
Okay,
This is conservative
yeah,
mindset.
I
This
stand
will fall
corrected.
into it.
Nobody did none of this shit by themselves. See, that's
Nothing.
the other part. My father was awesome, but I had awesome coaches that helped hone me into what my style was and all that, just in terms of that, right? My mom used to be up with me till 3, 4 a.m., right? I ain't getting those. Now, she couldn't help me with the AP classes as a senior, but I only got there because of everything she poured into me. I was on the fucking swim team, bro. My mom made me do everything you can imagine, my nigga. And I just think we just got to make sure that we understand and make sure we pinpoint all the people that helped us, right?
I got a
And then why
question.
wouldn't we be that person for someone else is all I'm saying. But like for instance, me and Sel was talking earlier. I said, how you doing and all that, right? He told me, there's no way I would tell Sel, hey, get your ass out there and go to the Boys and Girls Club right now. He don't got time. You see, I'm not being obtuse. You feel me? He doing awesome things, him and his family, you heard? Right? You see, when he tired. Why? Remember, he told us. So I'm not unreasonable. But now you work for yourself. We do YouTube. Niggas got a little bit more flexibility. I don't give you the same grace. Now, August said he ain't a teacher. Okay. He sure do talk a lot, though.
He sure do talk a goddamn lot.
So there's a teacher in there somewhere. You got an opinion to give. There's effort there somewhere. So I disagree. I think you could hone that skill. Patience is a virtue.
It is. But can I say something just real quick?
You're going to say it anyway. What are you asking us for? You going to say
it? When you broke down your past.
Right, Sal? What are you asking us for?
Why you asking? You already got it talking. And nobody else talking. Just say it, bro. Just jump in there. Okay.
My bad. Look, when you broke down your past, you broke down all of the things that that structure that you had. But a lot of us, myself included, we had to overcome a lot of shit. So I had to do all my shit by myself. I had to figure it all out by myself. My mom wasn't up at night teaching me how to fucking, do math and all that. I wasn't a great student in school. We was usually struggling. When I left the household, I had a bill attached to my name that was for my mama that I had to pay off going into manhood. So I definitely had no damn money. I had to do it all by myself.
You found the man. You found the man. The Marines.
How do you expect?
Okay, I give you that one.
At 18, you found.
That's not how that worked. That's not how that worked.
Hold on, Sal.
Mini men.
Not the mini men.
That one. I'm
they just ain't gone to the recruiting office yet.
Wait, say it again. What you say?
I said that's exactly how that works. Marines are born Marines. We just haven't made it to the recruiting office yet.
Yeah, that's because y'all wasn't given the correct box of crayons to eat yet. That's all.
Right. We found out at the recruiting office that you got to eat the blue, not the red.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to eat the spicy blue.
Now, August, let me not take away from your thing. And I got one more question I got to get to, right?
Yeah.
You are a self-starter though. You self-motivated. That type of person can, that person will, when thrown into something, be more likely to be successful, right? So we leverage that for sure. I'm just saying, do not forget the catalyst along the way. And I'm just asking men that have gotten to where we are, why wouldn't be willing to be that catalyst for somebody else? That's all I'm saying. It ain't nothing crazy. I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Hey, explain why. That's the thing. They
Yeah, I'm
explain
gonna tell
why.
you, it's overcoming all the things that I've had to overcome, and then like it's almost like I had to reinvent the wheel to create the structure that I have here. Because me and my wife, we both came out of nothing. So that in itself is a feat. What I was speaking to is the fact that you kind of had a leg up because you were able to get a lot of what you needed poured into you early on, so that when you hit the ground running, you already know how to move and shake. Whereas I gotta learn as I fucking go. I gotta choose to go to the Marines. I gotta look at it and say, you know what? I have nobody's, opinion out of father, none of that shit. I gotta figure it out for myself and then learn as I go. So that the experiences is different. I think that you have a lot more bandwidth to be able to be a teacher and be able to give back and different things like that than motherfuckers like myself that then came up surviving all through their fucking 20s and still able to manage to keep a family together.
Hogwash.
Yeah.
Because you have a leg up as well, and it
More,
is that
more.
marine. It is that marine mentality, right? It offsets the things that you say you didn't have. But what about YNs that aren't born with the Marines mentality, nor do they have in their environment the things that like DJ Hamp and I had as far as support? Then what?
Then you send out the correction and say, y'all fucking up. I'm gonna be an example of what it is that you need to see if you want to know, and if you're interested, I'm here for you. But the door ain't closed. But I'm not going out and doing no outbound marketing. I'm gonna still give the critique. I'm gonna still give the instruction. But if YN comes and he says, hey, I like what you're doing over here, sir, can you show me the way? Hell yeah, I'm gonna show you the way. But I'm not doing no
Whoa.
outbound marketing.
No, you just did though. When you said if you want to learn, if you want to know how it's done, I'm here. That's outbound marketing. That's making yourself available.
No, outbound. What I mean by outbound marketing is like going out and trying to find that. You remember how you was discussing a little earlier about the nerd and being able
Yeah,
to find the nerd and who just didn't have a dad and pour into him. I would have to
yeah.
go out and search for that nerd. I would have to be consistently going through and involved in different things to find that nerd to be able, because he's not gonna just come. He's not gonna just land in my hand. I would have to find him by coaching or some shit like that.
All
How
right.
you find the
Or
YN to
no,
critique them?
that's not necessarily
Good.
true.
Kind of going
What
in
you
a
say?
circle just a bit.
But go ahead.
How do you
Yeah.
find the YN to critique them? Is my question. If that's the case,
because they're usually visible to the
Why?
forefront. Kind of like to what we were saying earlier, is like when we were talking about fatigue, and I was just saying that we have visual representation. I mean, you usually see them visually represented within the media, social media, and so forth.
Critiquing that.
and,
critique.
and so, Hamp, it goes full circle.
Bro, stop using Hamp as your crutch. Just talk.
You mean using Hamp? Look, smart guy. All right, I'm not the one that's handicapped up here. All right, so
I'm
slow
not
it down,
handicapped
buddy.
either.
Them teeth look a little handicapped to me. They all fucking crumbling up.
Oh, you
Now,
want to know? You
what
want
I'm gonna
something to
say
match?
Here we
now, what I'm
go.
saying is, Hamp,
What?
this is why the whole this all aligns with the conservative mindset, right? It's not that this is too far off or away from what it is. They've already expressed their thoughts and ideas, and they keep repeating it. They don't have any real connection besides I made it out. And if you see me after I'm talking shit about you, then hopefully me doing that will encourage you to reach out to me. But if we know anything about human beings or how human beings typically work, that's not how that works. You can't. The first thing you said as a co, or first thing you came on the internet saying that I can remember was you. It's hard for you to give critique if you don't show any love. What human being doesn't understand that and then maintain the ideology? What I'm doing for me, is it not enough for me to do for me and me only? And you just look at me and then go, oh, I know how to do it. No. And I don't understand how they have missed that so many people have poured into them, whether it be directly or indirectly, more directly than indirectly. It's teachers. It's the people that helped you there. It's the sergeant that you encountered. It's somebody helped you. No one did this all by themselves. And we know this from a fact because that's not how any society works, where they done it all by themselves. That's their mindset. It's very selfish and it's very easy to shit on people because that's what they like to
What
do. And it's for the betterment of black people.